a beautiful Monday morning on the stables of Unity 93.3 FM and Unity TV. The program is Hello at Work, and I welcome you especially. My name is Mercy and of course I'm not alone in the studio. I have the gentleman of the house, Mr. Zax. Good morning.
Well, it's a pleasure being here. Mercy, good morning. Our listener, good morning.
Okay, Mr. Zax, how was your weekend?
Glory be to God. We are among the living.
Exactly, we're among the living.
Yeah.
For me, the weekend was not really bad. It went well. I had time to rest a bit and to reflect on some things.
And also have time to see. Anyway, for our listener out there, you're welcome to Hello at Work. It's a pleasure being here. And I hope you're going to keep your diet so that you can be able to get some of the trending stories from us here.
Exactly. And of course, you know how we do it. We give you premium entertainment, as well as keeping you up to date with what is going on the social media. You know, we give you stories. We pick few stories out of what is trending on social media, and we discuss it here and also give you a chance to also deliberate on it. So there are lots of things happening, and on a sad note, we commiserate with the people of Israel regarding what happened. They lost a lot of their members. I think about 600 people have been lost in just a short time frame. But regardless, if there is life, there is hope. And also, even with the hardship with the country, we're still going on. We're still thriving. We're still excelling. And I hope that we as Nigerians will keep excelling. Okay, we'll move down to our first story, which reads, Father defiles 7-year-old daughter in Edo State. Now, men of the Edo State Police Command have arrested one Felix for allegedly defiling his 7-year-old daughter. The state's police public relations officer, Chidi Nwabuzo, disclosed this. In a statement on Sunday, he said the suspect committed the crime on September 19, 2023, in the Idokpa community of Uhumede local government area of the state. He said operatives of the Egba divisional headquarters, while acting on credible information, arrested the suspect, who he said confessed to the crime while the victim was taken to the hospital for a medical examination. Nwabuzo said investigations were ongoing and that the suspect will soon be charged to court. This is a very sad development. A father, you can imagine your own father, someone you always look up to, someone you always see as a role model. This man defiled you, a 7-year-old daughter, which is a minor. And this is not just anybody, this is his own daughter. I mean, what is our world turning to? A lot of things are happening, but this is the height of it. For a man to do this to his own flesh and blood, I mean, this is really, really sad.
First and foremost, I will ask a question. Where is the mother? And of course, and what is the relationship between the mother and the father? That contract of a wife and a husband, is it still there in existence? And of course, if the answer is yes, the mother is around, probably she might prioritize her business or prioritize based on the way and manner the economy is. She's prioritizing keeping the family by providing for them, and probably she doesn't have time to look after the kids. But again, coming back to the issue of kids, yes, as much as I kept saying it on this program, if you think you can continue to, excuse me, if you think you can continue to hustle without checking up on your children, or without necessary checked up and making sure that each time I leave them, are they doing the right thing? Each time I leave, you left as early as 6 or thereabout, and you came back 8 or 9. You left as early as 6:30, you came back 6:37. Most of this act would have been carried on without your knowledge. So, as parents, yes, it is good for us to hustle. It is also absolute for us to begin to look for where we can get our meals. But again, we have to look again. You have to make sure that what some of the measures you are actually putting in place. It is not really about the business, but what measures are you putting in place, particularly for a vulnerable female student? Vulnerable in the sense that we've come across so many cases where parents rape their own biological children. I can't imagine it. What is the joy? I can't completely imagine it. Sometimes I tack it to the issue of, first and foremost, ritualism. And again, another time I begin to see it as the person in question has lost sense completely. Again, I look at it at the angle of morality is going down drain again, and so many issues. Gone are the days when things like this happens. The society will vehemently reject you and ask you out, and you become an outcast to serve as a deterrent. But of course, it happens in some cases. The mother is around. It's happening. Both of them are not aware. In some cases, between a sister and a brother, they slept together with each other. You never. So many things are happening, even right within the confines of where we stay. So these are issues. Again, unless and until a question is answered, where is the mother? Because she got married to this man, she needs to have known the kind of man she got married to. Any slighted mistake, there are men that have this high libido or something when it comes to women having affairs with women. So the woman, if you got married to a man, you need to testify much more better than his parents when it comes to social issues and when it comes to marital issues. So the question, where are they? What exactly is the problem? Did the mother no longer together with the father? For how long has that been? Because for me, for the man to did what he did, I think he has been doing it, even if it's not with his blood children. I think he has been doing it with other children which are equivalent or almost his own children. So for him to do that, there's a lot, and there are more questions to that effect. But again, I pray that the Lord should take it course. The reason why we are continuing getting some of this response or getting some of these stories is simply because our law are there, but implementing them are the problem, so that it should serve as a deterrent for those who are nurturing such behavior. But again, what can we say at this particular point in time? What can we say on this particular program? We can always only advocate that the law should take its course, but it's quite condemnable and it's totally unacceptable, and all society must all rise up to condemn this and reject whoever did this within the confines of a society.
And speaking of, you said that where is the mother, and she would have known the kind of person she's getting married to.
Yeah.
There are times where we see marriages where after, maybe when they're going for counseling, maybe they have issues, after 5 years, after 10 years, then you see that the woman or the man is saying, I did not know you have this character. This is not the man I married. I didn't know of this. So there are things that the mother might be naive to. She did not know of such. So after getting married and after everything, those traits, those ill behaviors will start to come out.
Yeah, manifest.
Exactly. And sometimes again, you see that female children, a lot of female children are more closer to their fathers than their mothers. A lot of female children tend to be closer to fathers than mothers. Why is that? Most times, the men, the fathers, are softer towards the female children than the mothers themselves. You can do something at home and then your mother will hit you, but your father will say, don't do that again.
In some cases.
In some cases, yes. In some cases, exactly.
Yeah.
And that closeness, you see your father as a role model. You see your father as someone who you can look up to. And then just in a blink of an eye, he turns to be a monster you never imagined.
Yes. First and foremost, let's go back to the issue of there are things that unveil itself after getting into this business or of this marriage that we talked about. What do I mean by when you get married to a particular person, and of course bride price has been paid and other traditional things have been paid, of course automatically the society see you as you belongs to him, and therefore anything you do together, the society don't see it as you are violating the norms of the society, because due process we have followed, the right things were done, the family got to know you, by extension the extended family and what have you. But again this goes back to the questions of the issue of love in question is blind. Love is blind, yes. Because
are you saying that the man loves his daughter to the extent?
I'm coming to the issue of the wife rather, because for a woman there is no how during courtship leading to a particular thing and some of the traits are not actually there. No matter how I pretend, you still remain who you are. But because you are blind by the word of love, as the case may be for others, certainly some of the traits are there, but because you're blind, You're carried away because of what you want in a man. You're carried away because of the pretense he is keeping up with. But of course, when you, in a particular moment, for instance, let me give you a scenario. If you're going out with your boyfriend and assuming you are in a one restaurant or the other to eat, the moment you begin to order things that you cannot be able to eat it at the end of the day, even if he has the money, you will turn to see the reactions. For instance, if you are with him with around that moment, oh, give me this, oh, give me this, oh, give me that. At that particular moment, he will ask you, who are you?
But ladies are meant to be spoiled.
The question here is,
for the man
in some cases, they order what they cannot even eat quarter of.
And that's why you took me there. Now you should know that you should be up to the task before you carry
as in as much as you're going out with this person, some men will not even tell you, but hardly they will take you out again. Each time you bring that topic, already he's seen you as a glutton. So these are issues. These are traits that you need to. Some will even accommodate you. No, order whatever you want. But the moment he says that, the reaction on his face within those seconds tells a lot. So these are issues. Yeah, these are the traits that you can't hide them. You are who you are. You are not actually what people think you are. So you have to make sure there are conversations that you look into the eye to eyeball, and you get some reactions. Are you sure? Are you sure you can take this? So these are questions. Insist on that particular conversation, even when you notice the man is not really going down with what you are ordering. So this, you get to know him at that particular. But each time you don't want to have problem because you are in love and you love this man. He is tall, huge, handsome, and he has car, he has money, and therefore is what you want, and therefore you don't want anything to come. You won't be able to get some of these ideas. The threat you're talking about. So again, it goes back to, it goes beyond. If you're getting married to somebody, I think it is better for you to know some of these things and accommodate him, that I know you for who you are, rather than discovering them because you were actually blind.
And also, coming from the angle, don't you think that it could be that this man was influenced by something, or he changed along the line? It could be that this is not something that has been part of him. There are lots of scenarios you see that someone gets. I don't want to believe that this man is normal. I don't want to believe that he's mentally stable and he can actually force himself on his own 7-year-old daughter. This is not even a grown-up person. This is a 7-year-old child. I don't want to believe that this man is mentally stable. There are instances when some people are under the influence of some drugs or something. So could it be that was the scenario? Because this man actually confessed to the crime. He agreed to it, that yes, he did this, he did that, he did this.
First and foremost, none of us can be able to. All what we're talking about is presumptions. Talking about whether he's psychologically affected, whether he's mentally derailed, or there is mental disorder, or what have you. Unless and until an examination or investigation is carried on, you never can ascertain. But irrespective of whatever it is, when you are doing that, well, at that particular point in time, if you really have your conscience, what exactly are you doing? If you slept with your daughter, the memory keeps lingering in your mind for the rest of your life. Not just your daughter, any other woman you have an affair with, any other man you have an affair with, even when you are an adult, the moment you meet, even after 50 years, it reminds you of the moment you had together with him. That is why you have to be extremely careful in having an affair with anybody that you think you cannot be able to spend the rest of your life with. So you have to be extremely careful. There is no amount of money absolutely on earth that can make a woman to sleep with you. That's just the truth. But because of one thing or the other. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this: unless and until certain investigations are carried on, for now you cannot be able to ascertain what exactly was actually wrong with the victim or the person that perpetrated that particular act. For now you can't. All we're talking about presumption. But for me as a father, no matter what, because at the end of the day, a devil will be blamed It was an act. Devil. It was a devil. It was a devil. Oh, I don't know what I was doing. Blah 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 blah. We always blamed our what we have done wrong against the name of a society to this man called devil. So I don't know unless and until. But for me, let the law take its course, and not just taking its course. It should take its course to a particular point that it will serve as a deterrent for those who are actually nurturing this. Again, is it that this man is unable to go look for women outside? Is it that this man in question cannot be able to, he doesn't have anything that it would take for a woman to, because a woman will love you for one thing. Even if you have 1% out of 100, the moment she made up her mind, there's nobody can stop her. So again, let the law take its course.
Let the law take its course. We really hope that justice will be done for for this young girl, because the trauma alone is something I don't even want to think of. You have to live with the image of your father, your own biological father defiling you. You have to live with it for the rest of your life. You have to live with the fact that the person that defiled you is someone you loved so much. It's someone that took care of you from birth. It's someone that birthed you.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really disheartening, and we hope that she would really get a lot of medical attention and a lot of counseling to be able to help her, because going out to the society, she's not going to go out as just a normal young girl again, just a normal little girl again. This little girl has been traumatized, and I hope that the medical people in medicals will be able to assist her in one way or the other with counseling, with a lot of encouragement, and also. So we'll go next to the second story for today, which reads: NDLEA nabbed 67-year-old trafficker for raising fund to marry new wife. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have arrested a 67-year-old suspected drug trafficker, Clement Chukwuemeka, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, for ingesting 100 wraps of cocaine. The suspect was quoted to have said he engaged in an illicit business to raise enough money to marry a new wife and start life afresh after wasting 30 years of his life in Brazil, Ethiopia, and Thailand. The spokesman for the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists on Sunday. Babafemi said Chukwuemeka was arrested on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, during the inward clearance of passengers on Ethiopia Airlines Flight 951 from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and taken for a body scan which revealed multiple pellets in his stomach. While under observation, he excreted a total of 100 wraps of cocaine weighing 2.195 kg in 4 excretions. In his statement, he claimed to have spent 30 years in Brazil, Ethiopia, and Thailand while he was once married. While he was once married, but lost his wife and without a child. He added that it was why he decided to go into drug trafficking to raise enough money to marry a new wife and start a new life. Babafemi added. He also added that operatives also on October 2nd, 2023, at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano State intercepted a 45-year-old woman, Bilkisu Bello, while she was about to board a Saudi Airlines flight to Saudi Arabia. While being interviewed, she confessed that pallets of cocaine given to her to swallow before her flight were kept in a house in the Farawa area of Kano State. This is in between funny and surprising. This is a 67-year-old man. The age is even something to look at. 67-year-old man, and he's into drug trafficking simply because he wants to take another wife, having that he lost his wife and he doesn't have a child, so he wants to start a new life and he wants to marry a new wife. So the best way to get funds or to raise money was through drug trafficking. He swallowed 100 pallets of cocaine.
First and foremost, what is actually condemnable we should condemn it in totality. 67 years old man, and I think at that particular age in time, if you ask me, you should be more like a counselor to your grandchildren or probably your children. What do I say? Because you've gone through a lot. 67 years, it is not an age that one can use money to buy. By implications, you've come across so many things, and of course both the bad, good, and of course the ugly, and of course based on those experience, you should be a counselor to so many. But it's regrettably at that age he engaged himself into this particular crime just to raise money to marry a wife. Unfortunately, the law catch up with him, and of course one will wonder if you can marry in prison. And if the wife,
some other years,
if the wife will agree even to go with him to the prison, and even if she did, certainly they cannot be in the same cell together with her. So of course, it is not enough to nurture a particular habit. It is not enough to dream big. It is not enough to raise money. But I think it actually goes beyond that. Now his dream was actually cut short. And again, only God can tell the number of years that he was going to spend in Kirikiri, knowing fully well drug trafficking. It is not in tandem with our law in this country. And considering his age, I think it's not a good example for the younger ones. I must say it with all sense of respect, humility, and dignity that he's a disgrace to manhood, a disgrace to his family, a disgrace to the entire community and the state where he's coming from. We must be able to condemn this in totality, and all of us, irrespective of our religion, ethnicity, and what have you, affiliations, we must be able to condemn this in totality. It is totally unacceptable, and of course, that shouldn't be a yardstick for him to indulge into such activities in the name of getting married. If you dig deep, I think there is more to it. And again, if you dig deep, he has been a party to this for quite some time. Even though I know there's always first time for some of these things. But again, like I said, he is a disgrace to this nation, and he's a disgrace to his family. And he's not a good model. He's a bad omen for the younger ones. And I must say this with some sense of respect, that the law should not just take its course, but justice should be served. Served, not just served, it should be a lesson for others that are nurturing such behavior, because it is condemnable. At that particular age in time, like I said earlier, you need to be a role model to others. Even if when you are at your exuberant age, of course, one can say, oh, he wants to get this, you want to get this, he wants to get this. All this materialism. But at that age, what else are you looking for? Where have you been? Living your life elsewhere outside the shores of this country, only for you to come back after losing a wife that you want to indulge into that to get married, to get money, to marry a wife. Why don't you tell her who you are, exactly where you are from, and exactly who you are, if she can be able to take you the way you are, rather than it landed you elsewhere. And I believe again, and I'm saying with all sense of humility, that let justice should be served. And of course, I call on the agency, particularly NDLA, to do the needful by making sure that they should deal with him according to the law and in line with the laid down procedure.
You know, when I saw this story, the first thing that came to my mind was that we know and we believe that young people are the ones that do stupid and crazy things for the sake of love.
That is useful by exuberance, yeah.
What is now taking this 67-year-old man? He wants to marry a new wife, and you are going into drug trafficking. I mean, and also, I want to hammer on something also. Would it be that is the cost of the bride price? Probably she's from a family or a culture that have huge, you have to pay a huge sum to be able to raise the bride price. I feel like his own bride price, or rather her bride price that he's supposed to pay should be a community project from the aspect of his family, knowing that this is an old man, this is a 67-year-old man that just wants to get married because he lost his wife, and he said he has lived 30 years in sadness. He's lived in, and you've lived in Ethiopia, you've lived in Thailand, you've lived, and you've not gotten something meaningful to do, something that is worth looking up to, something that the younger ones can look up to. At 67, you're into drug trafficking. I mean,
first and foremost, he is living an impressive life. Impressive in the sense that he lives a life of impressing others. The moment you begin to accept who you are, knowing fully well to where you are coming, where you were, where you are, and hopefully, God willing, where we will be. And I keep saying this to women, to men rather. If you are approaching a young lady, irrespective of who you are, your approach matters. Yes, your approach matters a lot. The confidence in you matters a lot. In some cases, I always ask men, young men, either young or old, if you are approaching a lady and you know that you're going to spend the rest of your life if given the opportunity, why don't you just come clean and tell her who you are? Allow her to go and just support over it, and whether or not she's going to take you the way you are. Looking forward for more criticism as it will or as it will be. So these are issues. Tell a lady who you are, and she should accept you or not. But irrespective of the way you are, another lady is actually looking forward, because they said one man food, and of course it's another man poison. For the fact that she didn't accept you, that does not mean that the heaven will come and mediate. And for the fact that you're losing her, it has come to an end for you. There is always somebody for somebody. There's always, every soul have a soulmate, and so these are some of the issues. Unless and until we begin to accept reality, unless and until we look forward apart from today, I tell you, future lies ahead of us is much more better than today. Unless and until we begin to think toward that, we will continue to have this kind of problem.
All right, with those words, we'll go on a short musical and commercial break. The program is still Hello at Work, and you can start sending in your messages. The number to send your message is 09018261853, and you can also drop a comment on our Facebook page, Unity Radio TV /FM Jos, to send in your comments, and we'll be here waiting for you after the short break. Stay tuned.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill law, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Welcome back. The program still remains Hello at Work on Unity 93.3 FM Jos and Unity TV, and of course our Facebook page. You can stream us live at Unity Radio TV FM Jos, and the program is still going on. We've taken few stories. We've taken just 2 stories for your own interest. And the first story we took 2 stories. Yes, the first story we took is father defiles 7-year-old daughter in Edo State, and we also took a story which is the one we're discussing before the break. NDLEA naps 67-year-old trafficker raising funds to marry a new wife. And you can join the conversation by calling us on the number 08032353315, 08032353315. So, Mrs. Ax, you were trying to hammer on the issue of the whole he's not. You have to be contented with what you have. You have to present yourself the way it is.
Even as
I want to raise an observation. I think that the lady in question he's getting married to has to be a young lady, because a well-matured lady, or will I say an aged lady, is not going to tell you, she will not be giving you a list of you have to be this, you have to be a wealthy person, because he's actually chasing for fast wealth. He's actually looking for a way to make money faster.
As in as much as I agree with you totally, there are young ladies that are quite ambitious equally. Ambitious in the sense that, yes, for the fact that you're old, and of course for the fact that she's...
I think we have our first call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think our network is a bit bad.
So it becomes a complementing factor for the fact that she's going to accommodate you and take you the way you are, irrespective of so many talks out there. Let me just blind it my first and take you the way you are. But this is what I want. And I tell you, such marriage doesn't last. The worst you can do to yourself actually is to deceive yourself. That's the worst you can actually do to yourself, is to deceive yourself.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. Okay, I think our network is really down today.
So these are some of the issues. Unless and until he will begin to like, okay. So it's more like a complementing factor to him. And I always say it, you must be able to cut it according to your size. If you think you can cut it more than the way you are, fine and good. For ladies, there are men that ordinarily it will have to take you time to even to approach, get close to them, because you know where you are coming from, you know who you are, and there's no how this man in question. So it's even better for a man to come begging than a woman to go begging. So I don't know how to, but like I said, he's living an impressive life. Impressive in the sense that he wants to impress the lady in question. Whether old or young, he wants to impress the lady and impress the family. That yes, for the fact that I've gone through this country, living a frivolous life. You live a life of lies, all true. Yes, I have been in Taiwan, I have been in this country, and probably he has probably made an attempt of changing the way and manner he talks.
So we call those ones I just got back.
Yes, he just got back. So you from their actions you could see. Each time there's a conversation. Each time there's a conversation between you, he'll tell you not long ago he's from so places. He has been in so places. That will be the debate. Anytime you're going to have a conversation with him. And so he's more of a Yankee, and he's more of what have you. So these are issues. And the moment when you lie once, you have to lie 1,000 times to cover that one lie. And that's to tell you, you will continue to lie for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So it's better to just come up and say it the way
it is. The way it is.
Don't be doing I just got back. And you know those kind of men are what ladies actually look up to. They want to get close to them. Let me also have someone that just go back.
Yes.
Let me have my own dollar.
Let me align with the person. You'll be telling somebody, he will be twisting his tongue, blah blah blah. Let's go out and do it. And these are issues. And you know who you are. You know your bank account. You know quite okay that I cannot. So at the end of the day, you go into some of these things just to impress her.
Okay, let me go through our Facebook messages. We have some comments on Facebook, and this one is from Saddam Yunus. Says, good morning, Auntie Rukayat and Mr. Zax. This is a barbaric act. Some are doing that for their ritual issue. May Allah keep us safe from such community. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for your comment. He said some are using it, some are doing these barbaric acts for the sake of ritual purpose, and I remember you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take this one. This one is from Mustafa Bala, who says, "Good morning, Mrs. Rukayat. I am Mustafa from Bauchi. Wish you all the best. Fatab Zaku Tashi." Thank you so much, Mustafa Bala, for your comment. This one from Awal Megla says, "Watching you live from Abuja Market here in Jos. Keep up the good work." Thank you, Awal, for watching us and for dropping your comments. This one is from Mutala Yahayame Ikia, which says, "Good morning, excellent radio presenter Mercy and Mr. Zakaria. Thank you for the good work. We always appreciate your good work you are doing. We always appreciate your good work you are doing. Please keep it up. God bless you all and your family. God bless Nigeria and Plateau State. Stay in peace. Peace is priceless." From Murtala Yahayame Igia Yanshanu. This is someone who always listens to this program. Thank you always for your comments. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in as well. Okay, and speaking of ritual purposes, I think that for you to do that to your own child, a lot of fathers, a lot of mothers, they normally take it up to themselves to be better or to get more money to take care of their children. Meanwhile, you are defiling your own child. So what is the essence of whatever you're doing? If you're actually doing it for a ritual purpose, what is the essence?
For instance, let's narrow it to ritualities. If you get yourself engaged in ritual with your biological daughter, I think that is where the issue of a mental disorder, and probably there is a psychiatry problem attached to it. Mostly, unless and until you've been into that group for quite long, and it is your turn to pay, and you decided to do that. We've seen the way and manner people go into ritual, haven't slept or haven't slept with a female, you discover that they used the cement and what have you to get whatever they want. And so for you to do that to your daughter, I don't know, I don't have a better word to describe you, but your essence of your existence on earth, and the essence of your existence as a result of those who brought you on earth, and you gave birth to that particular child, it is quite regrettable. Regrettable is in the sense that there is no father, there is no parent, no mother on earth will give birth to a child and wish that child bad. In essence, every mother, every parent actually wants their children to succeed in society, not because of them, but because of the society. In essence, what they are saying, or what they are wishing their children is that they should become something that the society, the community, and the state in general should be able to recommend and recognize that this is their role. As parents, that is the joy and that is the height of it. Even if you don't attend to my need, and for the fact that if there's anything in that community, my child's name will be mentioned and he will be called upon and will be trusted upon, that you will know you can help us. As parents, that is the joy of it all. And I don't think he's actually a father. Coincidentally, if that is the case, unless and until we have story that tells who he is more than a father, but in an African setting or in this part of the world, it is totally a taboo, and it is totally something that is unacceptable. Long before now, we hear that elsewhere. Long before now, it is a story. But here we are, we have been living with it for for more than a decade now. So it is no longer news. But again, like we always said on this program, it is not enough to give birth to a child. It is not enough to get married. It is not enough. But there is more to giving birth to a child than marrying. There is more to give birth to a child and beat your chest and say, I'm a father, and therefore I have children. If parents would tell you what they've passed through, for those children to be where they are, you wouldn't even believe it. So it is not negotiable being a father or a mother if really you are a biological mother or father. So I think parents should not go into this marriage of a thing just because your parents are putting pressure on you, your peer group or people within the confines of your community are insistent.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, grandmother from Rukuba Road. Welcome to
How are you? Daddy, good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
May the Lord bless you. Thank you, sir. I decided in second story and following there step by step. Now, concerning that particular man, it's not a normal somebody. And you have said something, and somebody also sent the text to you that maybe the man is using it for ritual. The man is using it for ritual so that he can make money in life. So the advice that I will give the mother of that girl is that if she can be able quietly when the family that child finishes to the hospital, she can quietly send that child. And we carry that child away from that town. Let her carry that child away from that side so that the shame of that shame will never last in the life of that child. Because other children, when they begin to grow up, then they begin to make mockery of her. And number two, that is just one thing now. That there are little parents. I know one very, very well. People parents are there. They are not wishing their children. They are not wishing their children good, but they are wishing their children if all those demonic mother. There's one around my life that always calls our own child. So not every parent wish our own children good. It's only the children, and it's only the parent that have fear of God. But those who don't have fear of God, they don't care anything can happen to any of their child. So we just pray that God in His infinite mercy will help us to carry our responsibility that God put into our hands. Thank you very much. I'm adding that to my best friend, Auntie right here.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your call. This was grandmother from Rukuba, and she rose a point where she said that this said lady should be, or this girl should be taken away from the community in its entirety, and I think that's true. The stigma is something that they will tell their children, they will tell their upcoming children. You will see little girls talking about it and all that, and before you know, they will start mocking her, and this will drive her into possible depression. Who knows?
And that's why we talked about stent and with the stigma, just like you mentioned. I have come across a situation whereby a young man who at his 20 steals something. At that age, if you ask me, it's the useful exuberance I talked about earlier. And somebody was quick to say, it is not a new thing. Their grandfather was a thief, and therefore it's a genetic in nature. It runs in their blood because they are thieves. For the fact that their grandfather was a thief, he is also a thief, so it's no longer news. And these are some of the stigma we're talking about. And of course, if you're living your life and you got married, even if you don't, you're sharing your family name with other siblings of yours. And therefore, you must be able to be very careful in doing things that will affect not just you as a person, but the entire family. But again, coming back to the issue of rituals, but you know, even within the confines of the country, elsewhere within Nigeria, there are parents, there are culture that allows, if you come to my house, and for the fact that some stipends of money were actually given to me, I'll even escort my daughter to go into a man's car, and they will go away. Do you realize there are culture like that? Because you meet in a bar.
Sorry, let me take this call. Hello. Okay, I think we lost the call. Our network is really down. The number to call is 08032353315, 08032353315, and you can also send your messages on the number 090182618530, 090182618530. Okay, you can send in your message, and also you can follow us on our Facebook page at Unity FM, at Unity Radio TV FM, just to send in your comments and also to watch the program live.
So this is actually issue. There are cultures that actually allow that. Yeah, you take in my child, and before you take her out, you need to drop something. So these are also easy, but of course.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank
you. Good morning, Mr. My name is Mofa. Good evening from the very much.
Oh,
Okay,
Mofa,
Mofa, thank you for
by their voice we shall know them.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I heard a lot about what you have discussed, but the one story I think interested that was coming on is the first one. Is the person that was directed with a prayer for job strategy. I agree with you. Every source has made. Every source is not taken with its own soul. And nobody will say to himself
Certainly.
that it's a thinking that I must have this as my wife or I must have this as husband. Sometimes we carry something that's not the same for we say it's a destiny. We fear that is not like something ourselves to get ourselves in something. And even religiously, if you have the process of getting a marriage, if that process is a bad, that is going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact on the child you are going to bear.
Yeah.
What must be God's ladies? This is what usually happens to men. Because you love someone, you can do or say that this is legal continuation. And after all, you're not sustained. When coming to our day young men like me and others, we should know that nothing that we are going to have this when we are saying we must have used everything possible to get that thing.
Yeah.
That will not be sustainable. But if the expectation enough and dedication to what we are doing and agree with what we have, that is our self-satisfaction. Just not we are going to reach what we are never expecting. I'm calling that the women also, they should not have so much pressure on men thinking that it will go alone. Let me tell you, my dear sister, my dear brother, if we are thinking that we must talk to, we don't know that that person, that the time you get that is that is going to sustain, because whatever amount of money you have, it's not a stress thing. Somebody is expecting to get money like someone that should, but it's a stress for us. The issue of that money is not something else. And that's my comment on that issue. And the last thing on the parents that always looking, making their daughters or child to go and look to give pressure on that child, just like Mr. Zach said. Some cultures agree that if you are going to do something to someone, you can carry the gun and do or say that. You live in just as a lady died. Mr. Zach, let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
I told a lady now, I know her, I know it. She's a prostitute. Well, her mother, they are living in the same house. When you come for that girl, the mother will tell you she's inside. You feel like it's good. And collect money. Those guys, they say like they are under poverty. You like it. Someone tells you that she's not you don't agree. And if someone says that these people are not interested, you don't agree. So it's the mother collecting the money for the girl, and they are living in the same house. Then we should remember with the account. Now, for instance, we are all giving, we are shepherds. We are going to the account for what we are wearing. God protect us. May God make us the better parents, other children, our future children. God bless and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much for the call, Muafat Kudus.
He make a fundamental questions. He raised so many things. Children are given to us on the platter of gold by God.
Exactly.
It is right on us too. We cannot be able to guide those children very well. Certainly we will give an account on the last day. That is what he's saying. Of course, cultures. You see, even parents, particularly, parents will be encouraging their children. The young man is told, the young man has money, even when the love is not there. Even when the love is not there. But because of what they will get as parents, they will push you into. And when it comes to a particular point, they will tell you, your mates, all your mates are married. Here you are disturbing us. We gave birth to you how many years ago now? You cannot even go and get married. No man is ready to marry you again.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Yahuza from.
Okay, Auza, please go ahead.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, I think we lost that call.
So these are issues. It is not enough. Tell your child who you are. Accept your child. Ask your child, do you love this man? Do you think you can spend the rest of your life with this man? These are pertinent questions that parents ask. rather than get something for us, get some color for us, get something for us, and no.
Okay, let me take this call. Hello. Okay, I think we lost the call. We'll take one more call, and that will be our last call for the day.
So these are issues. It is not enough to give birth to children, but there is more to it when it comes to parenting than giving birth to them.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello, we can hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Abdullah Dazaki from call.
Okay, Abdullahi, go ahead.
I'm very how you are saying the people who are married, their doctor in time, if they're considering how many years, if they're well mature, how many years would take, go take a long time as the way how you take it from the beginning up to the ending. The way how you are talking is better when you want to marry your doctor, you're supposed to ask her everything and confine that person who is going to marry her. Is it a kind person or not? But when you are asking, don't come and take your doctor and give to the person who is not responsible, somebody who have no work and then who don't respecting people. You're supposed to find a person who is a responsible person and give them. You will see. It will take a long time. And then even we myself, the way how we treat our wife is the way how God is going to treat you, your doctor. If you do better for your wife, you will see your doctor, the person who will marry her, will do a reasonable thing for her. And then you will see this is why if you marry, you're supposed to handle the wife very well. Do not come and do it because the way how you put to somebody's doctor is the way how God is going to repair for you.
Okay, thank you so much for your comment. You said what you do to others will surely be done to you. If you treat your wife well, your daughter will be treated well.
Yes, it's a law of nature. What goes around certainly comes around.
Exactly. Karma still stands.
Yeah.
And whatever you do to others, being it good or bad, it will definitely be done to you. So be careful on what you do to others. But in this case, what is really surprising me is that he did it to his own child, his own daughter, his own blood.
And his excess of existence is highly inconsequential, because as far as I'm concerned, it's done and done for good. 76. So as far as I'm concerned, I mean the father, as far as I'm concerned, his excess of existence he has I don't know how to outspend his essence of existence. Is that why he wants to
Let me take this last call.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Rikos, Menasara from Rikos.
Okay, Menasara, please go ahead.
That thing that the father has did to his daughter is unfortunate. Because all I have to say is the parents, the mothers, have to be very, very careful and watch the movement of their children. Because what is happening now is unfortunate. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Menasara, for your contribution. What is happening is really unfortunate. And this will be our last call for the day. Mr. Zaks, your last words. Please.
Well, for me, like we always say it on this program, it is not enough to get married. It is not enough to have a wife. The day you give birth to a child, the day you have vowed, you can't be able to. There's nothing that against that is yours. Because any other program, any other plan to have to narrow towards taking care of that child up to adulthood. Imagine a father raping a child at the age of 7. It is quite barbaric, condemnable, and let justice be served to serve as deterrents to those who are still nurturing such ungodly and unacceptable behavior within the confines of our community. That's my call again. And leaders of community, even the neighbors, wherever you live, if you see something going wrong, say something. Save somebody's soul, save a child. You never can you never can tell whether that child will be the ones that will come and help you to achieve your purpose. on earth. So for the fact that people bring in children, you can imagine that is his child. What about a child that was or a child that is somebody carry a child, maybe somebody picked the child from the parents and in the name of coming to put him in school. At the end of the day, it turns out this way. So many things are going within your community. If you see something is going wrong, report it so that you can save that person's soul. That's my take this morning.
Okay, with the comments of Mr. Zaks, we call it an end for today's show, today's program. It has been indeed an exciting and conversational program, and you can join us in case you missed today. You can join us same time on Thursday at exactly 10 a.m. to be part of this program. My name is Mercy Yama, and I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us live. Thank you for your comments, your calls, and your contribution. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
Please pay attention. It starts from the